supply, and a fast SSD. You got Steam and Epic and Fit Girl repacks. You've got DaVinci and Photoshop with half-dodgy cracks. Don't forget, son, who put this on your plate. Me in the factory, your mom in the base. Merry Christmas, boy, may this box bring you joy. I love you, son, on this white Christmas day. I see the twinkle in your eye on that first boot. The colors light up to amaze and delight. On Battlefield 6 you're getting on, but at 200 hertz you couldn't care less. The graphics are high and the RT is bright. Who cares if an 8-year-old beats you at Fortnite? Don't forget, son, who put this on your plate. Me in the factory, your mom in the base. Merry Christmas, boy, may this box bring you joy. I love you, son, on this white Christmas day. Christmas gaming under the tree. I remember when that was me, with my Xbox 360. Nothing could tear me from Modern Warfare 2 with my 3KD. Don't forget, son, who put this on your plate. Me in the factory, your mom in the base. Merry Christmas, boy, may this box bring you joy. I love you, son, on this white Christmas day. I wish you love and happiness this cool Christmas day.
When the drivers are gone, Black Ops 11 wouldn't run. You think, what have I done to trust Lisa with my funds? But they turned it around after Steve chewed them out. And now game support is here to stay, but for how long? Advanced marketing disaster. Advanced marketing disaster. Such a shame how far you fall when we see what you offer. The greed got you too, so what am I to do? The devil involved. Well, the devil you know. When G-Force gave us scraps, you gave us everything. Double the memory for no more money, but it's not all rosy, Lee. Because I remember driver pain, that dreaded black screen on my 5700. Advanced marketing disaster. Advanced marketing disaster. Such a shame how far you fall when we see what you are. Do I take the green, the red, or blue? Or sack it all and do something new? The games are full of sweats with loot boxes everywhere, but there's something pulling me in. Advanced marketing disaster. Advanced marketing disaster. Such a shame how far you fall when we see what you offer. The greed got you too, so what am I to do? The devil involved, or the devil you know. You know. Or the devil you know.
It costs too much. I gave it all, but it costs too much. Every day I'm a slave to corporate men on higher pay. Just wanna sit and game after another hard day. But GPU ballooned in price, CPU are hard to find, motherboards aren't coming down, and PSU are gambles now. My paycheck can't stretch no more, the government took it all, so I'll just sit and churn. I've been priced out of fun. My GTX is running dry, Battlefield can say goodbye. What happened to the common people? Why have we been left behind? It hardly seems fair. I work all day, still stuck here. The last cent in my pay packet is buying Jensen's 13th jacket. GPU ballooned in price, CPU are hard to find, motherboards aren't coming down, and PSU are gambles now. My paycheck can't stretch no more, the government took it all, so I'll just sit and churn. I've been priced out of fun. I'll just sit and churn. I've been priced out of fun. I've been priced out of fun. Priced out of fun. Times can be tough. Looks like you've taken some hits, but the bones of you are there. Just need to touch up your skin. I'll take the core of you, show it to the world. We're no longer young, but I will make you beautiful again. Look at you, darling, how far you've come. There's life in you, yeah, and your timing in what's possible with love. All the dust, dirt, and dents are gone. Look at you, darling, how far you've come. There's life in you yet, and your time in the sun is now, darling. Dents and bruises are badges of pride, but there's no shame in disguise. We put our best foot forward and the past behind us, and there's no limit how far we go. Look at you, darling, how far you've come. There's life in you yet, and your time in the sun is now, darling.
There we have sound, and it's probably too loud, but who cares? Hello everybody, I'm just trying to get the other camera working. Is the giveaway free? I love the chat is kind of self-policing now, which I think is fantastic. If to make you pay for a giveaway, that's not a giveaway, that's a raffle, isn't it? It's nothing exciting anyway. Oh no, don't worry, we're just hazing you, mate. We're just hazing you. So the thing we're giving away is nothing exciting. It's just something I need to get rid of. I have no use for it. I don't really want to sell it, so I'm just going to give it away to somebody that might want it. It's just a vertical mount kit. It's a PCIe 4 vertical mount kit. I'll send you both cables, the short one and the long one, in case you want to or need to vertically mount your stuff. I'll send this out. It have to be UK though, because no way am I paying for shipping out to Buttafuoco nowhere. So if anyone wants it, let me know in the chat. If we only get like one person that wants it, I'll probably just give it to them. But I'm not giving away anything particularly fun. It's just, if you wanted to vertically mount, then you can have it, basically, because my days of vertical mounting are over. They don't survive shipping. It adds a load of complexity to the custom build, so I don't use it anymore. And I just hate riser cables in general most of the time. So yeah, fab. Right, well, hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm just going to see if the other camera works. But regardless of whether it works or not, so why have I've put the wrong cable into the wrong one? I don't know. I'm not giving away any RAM. Are you kidding me? That's like giving away Nvidia stock from 3 years ago. Not happening. No way. That's my That's my retirement fund. All right, so that's the 6700. So that's going there. So they're mislabeled. Honestly, OBS every single time. OBS absolutely screws me. So I'll just talk you through it. We've got the plan in the top left. I've got a load of Amazon stuff. We'll just unbox it whilst we wait for people to join the chat, and then we'll crack on with a build. You can see some of the components here. We've got the 9070 XT, we've got a motherboard, SSD, all the good stuff, and then the case is just down here. You can probably just about see it on screen. And then we've got £20. That's for your mum later, for her services. Don't make me forget about that because it's important. Okay. I'm glad to see a lot of people have already got their RAM, so that's pretty good based on the poll so far. And Ninja's in there with his RAM and SSDs. I love it. Yeah, you nailed it, mate. The timing is unfortunate, but okay. Right, bear with me one moment while I just sort the bloody cameras out. Every time I start OBS, it switches them all. Okay, yes, that was actually a lot easier than usual. Good to see everybody joining us in the chat today. Like I said, we're going to unbox some stuff first, and then we'll crack on with building this PC. Just saw the parts a minute ago. OE Agent says, I caved and bought a custom build. So what? So what? Make a good point there. So the end game is probably to make it super expensive so you don't own anything. Guys, I know that seems like a very logical thing, but just think about it a minute. It's not realistic. A lot of stuff has gone that way, and I don't like it either, but don't catastrophize just because one component has gone up in price. I know that component is in everything, but I think before saying that everything is cooked and terrible, why don't we just wait to see what happens? It's only been a few weeks, and things might not be as bad as you think. You know, this whole thing with Crucial has been completely overblown as well. That's just a very small RAM manufacturer no longer selling to us, but there's so many others. And Micron RAM was never that good for desktops anyway, so it's not. I don't think it's that bad. It is bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like another 150 quid on your PC build for basically no reason is awful. But let's not catastrophize and say things are going to happen when they're not. I can't. Yeah, I mean, PC prices don't really go down in general, do they? They kind of just stay the same. Like the value you get is basically always the same. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying I like the RAM problem. I'm just saying that let's not jump to conclusions so early in the process, because you never know what could happen. You never know. Because RAM is not like GPUs, is it? Everything needs RAM, like phones, even TVs. Some washing machines and refrigerators need RAM. So it's not like it's only gamers getting screwed here, which for me softens the blow a little bit. But yeah, I don't really like everything being a subscription, like you say. It is quite annoying. It's much better just to own what you've got. And the sentiment is kind of going from owning nice local hardware to just barely getting by and then relying on cloud services, and I don't really like it. So we'll see. And don't forget, guys, and I know it's annoying as PC DIY gamers, but we're such a small component of the whole world. And if you haven't got the buying power, they're not going to listen to you. So as much as I agree with all the complaints about it, let's just live in the real world and do what we can. But yeah, like I said, not saying that I'm agreeing with the situation, just saying that let's just see what happens. Because I've never seen RAM this expensive before. This is what DDR cost when first DDR came out, like I don't know, whatever year it was. When DDR5 first came out, it was mega expensive. It was around the sort of similar price to what it is now. Ninja, that is a really nice combo. You'll be really happy with that. Great performance and good value. So well done. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Boycotting won't make a difference. Complaining won't make a difference. So just enjoy what you've got. And remember, it's just PC gaming. Like there's other things in your life. Like my business is selling gaming PCs, but I'll be the first to tell you, I'd much rather you get a gym membership and do something enjoyable in real life, and then have gaming as a secondary thing if it's possible. But that's just my 2 cents. Oh, 2 years no interest. That's great. That's really good. Okay, right. Let's. I'm gonna go get the Amazon boxes. We'll open those up whilst the stream warms up a little bit, and then we'll get on to building the PCs. I do have a RAM deal. Well, one is a good deal. I've got another link to some RAM that in the UK it's about 50 quid below market rate, so it is still good. It's not cheap, but it's good for DDR5, and then I've got a really good DDR4 deal. And they do fulfill it because I'm pretty sure one of the boxes I've got is one of those kits. So let's go and grab that, swap you over to the overhead cam. There we go. Let's get rid of these. And then we're going to get the boxes. There's quite a few of them, but we'll just tear through it quickly. I don't actually know what's in these, so like if your mum's marital aid comes into one of them, then I guess the stream will probably be taken offline. All right. Oh, how appropriate. It's actually both of the deals that we're going to talk about today. All right. So Acer Predator Vesta DDR5. Amazon always put these little receipt papers in. So 32 gigs, DDR5 6000. It's C36, so it's not like mega fast RAM, but I think we're not going to complain, are we? So a couple of kits of those, and I'll put the link down in the description for these. I only know the deal in the UK, so if you're not in the UK, you can have a look for it, but I don't know. So OE Agent, I saw that ASRock board with the D4 and the D5 slots. It only had a 3-phase VRM, so it's basically completely useless unless there's another board that has a nice VRM. It's a nothing burger. Okay, so that's the DDR5 quote unquote deal. This is the actual deal. 16 gigs DDR4 Vengeance LPX, just standard 3200 C16. This £35. So 70 quid's going to get you a 32 gig kit if you're on DDR4. And that is by a long way the cheapest DDR4 that I've been able to see. So I'll just get the links for that and I'll put them in the description for anybody that's interested. But yeah, so I mean, that DDR4 is basically standard pricing, isn't it? So let me just go, I'm going to get those links and I will update the pinned comment with them, so bear with me. Okie dokie, right, just got to get it from my orders. Right, that's the DDR4. I've had my fair share of the DDR5 deal, so I don't mind sharing it with you guys. Right, but it's not always like, it's not on PC Part Picker, and it's not like kind of obvious from the everything else. Right. So I'm just going to update that pinned comment. Can I do that? I don't know if I can actually. Uh-oh. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Right, I was just finding the DDR4 deal. So DDR4 deal is there. It's £35 for some DDR4 16 gigs. So that's the cheapest DDR4 I'm able to see. That's all I'm going to say. And then Ninja says, are you monetized? Yes, on the videos. The streams are not monetized. Because, well, the streams are monetized in like you can donate, but there's no adverts because that is just really annoying. Like, how annoying is it to watch a live stream and then have adverts before it? And I'd probably make like £6 from the adverts. So what's the point? I'd rather you guys just have a nice stream. 32 for 70 quid is not too bad. I mean, it was like 60 before the RAM shortage, so it's pretty good. I think that's like the most you're gonna get on a deal. It's about half of what you normally get now, and it keeps going up. So I would just order this if you're on a DDR4 system. It's going to be the easiest way. It says 91. No, hang on a minute. What? No. Why is that? Ah, oh, dude, no way. It says maybe it's a business price only. That sucks. Right, if anyone's in the UK and you want this DDR4, you'll have to wait like a month. But if you want that DDR4 at basically that price, please message PC36 and I'll get it for you. That's crazy. Ah, that sucks, dude. It must just be a business price. Well, like I said, if anyone's in the UK and you want that DDR4 at that price plus shipping plus covering the Shopify fees, crack on. I'll take a screenshot and show you. That one. So display capture. And then, yeah, okay. So I've literally just found, this is what it looks like when I see it. It must just be a business price. Nuts, man. Like I said, let me know. I will get this for you at a good price if you need it and you're in the UK. Not if you're abroad. If you're abroad, it's not happening. That's okay, Roman. Yeah, I know. I hate ads on live streams, so it's not happening. Okay, rather than belly aching, let's just crack on. So we've got some more stuff to unbox. It's quite funny that the RAM was the first one that I unboxed though. So I will add this to my Fort Knox security system. To be honest, I got quite a few custom orders actually in the past week, so I'll probably end up using it really quick. Okay, well, that's not actually a business one. That's just a portable fan heater, so that's boring. I'm sure the rest of these are PC parts. Yeah. So we've got a cool white build. I'll probably do this one next weekend. I don't have all the components at the moment. But this will be in the MSI Mag Pano. Really nice motherboard this. Awesome VRM. Beautiful white heat sinks. It's really nice, man. So we'll be using that soon. Yeah, pretty nice board. You know, I don't actually remember how much like 128 gigs of RAM was pre-shortage. But it can't have been that much. I don't know. Do I watch football? I watch the highlights. When you say football, you mean actual football, like soccer, right? You don't mean American football, because that's not football, by the way. That's like an absolute joke. I do watch the highlights on YouTube. I only really watch full games if they're international. I'll go down to the pub and watch it with my friends. Like the World Cup is amazing. I love the World Cup. But probably I don't watch club football consistently. So what have we got in here? So we've got some Arctic P12 reverse fans. So these are going to be used in a Fantex Evolve X2 showcase build soon. So another white one. And this kind of matches the fans that would be on the Liquid Freezer 3. So that's why I got these. I think the Australians call it soccer as well, don't they? I think, because they have Aussie rules football. I've got some cable extensions as well there. Oh, Roman Hills, that's a great deal, my friend. I mean, in the US, that's a good like $70 below below the usual price. So that's not bad at all. And I watched the Tottenham game at 3. Who are they playing? They're not doing very well at the moment, Tottenham, I don't think, right? Ah, now this I'm excited to use. I've never done a back connect PC build before, and we will be doing that in a video very soon, probably in next, well, I'll film it next week. I don't know when it will release, but yeah, this is going to be really fun. I've never done a back connect. This will be the one in the Fantex Evolve X2. Going to look really, really clean, especially in that case, because that's the one that's got like the floating motherboard tray. So it's going to be really nice. Great power delivery, great board. I do have my preference. If somebody said to me, what motherboard brand would you recommend? It would be MSI, but it doesn't really matter. In general, it's just that's my preference. Playing Bradford, they could lose. They could lose to Bradford. That'd be so funny. That'd be so Tottenham. All right, last box now, and then we'll start some PC builds. Oh, okay. This is just a 360 AIO, so this will be for that MSI Mag Pano build that I was saying about a minute ago. These are really cheap, like 55 quid, and they look really cool. So OE agent, you don't need a 5090, man. Nobody needs a 5090. It's just not needed. All the games you play on a 5090, you're going to end up with a CPU bottleneck, even with the best CPU. So most of the time, I wouldn't recommend it. The money you pay for it probably isn't worth it. Brentford, yeah. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't think Bradford had a Premier League team. They even have any football team. I don't know. Okay. All right. So here's our components for today. I think to increase the quality a bit, I'll just bring it a bit closer. Because it's on like a zoom setting at the moment. So if I take that off, it should increase the quality. All right. So 7800X3D. Really nice CPU. This is like the top CPU right now for me. I get these £290, 100 quid less than the 9800X3D, and the performance is pretty close. So pretty nice CPU. And then we've got cooling that, we've got a 240 ID cooling FX. 9070 XT, Gigabyte Gaming, just a regular gaming. Really nice. It's my favorite 9070 XT that I've seen. Apart from the Sapphire Nitro Plus, probably. Ninja, have you ever done PC flipping? I used to do flipping all the time. Now I just sell new systems because I've got enough customers now. 7800X3D or 9700X? Well, if it's gaming, 7800X3D for sure. But it does depend on the game. Like if your game doesn't benefit from the 3D cache, then it doesn't really matter. The other good thing about the 3D CPUs is that they'll tolerate worse RAM a bit better in most cases as well, like in terms of the performance. And there we go. Pour one out, boys, for Crucial. This is my last kit of Crucial Pro overclocking, so pull one out for the boys. And then Acer 2TB SSD, pretty nice actually, good speeds, PCIe 4, and it has host memory buffer, so it's going to be pretty nice. Montech Century 2, picked up a good bunch of these at £75 each, 850 watt, gold rated, nice warranty, just generally a nice PSU. And then we've got Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX, which is completely slept on because it's really cool. 12-phase VRM. They're probably doubled, but it doesn't matter. And then got everything you need on this board for any AM5 CPU, realistically. So pretty nice. And it's cheap, it's like 120 quid, so it's great. And then I think that's everything. Apart from the case, which is a Vida Solus, which we'll show later on. So I guess we better just crack on with some building. Ninja, what editing software? Just use DaVinci Resolve, it's free. And then, well, I've got the paid version now just because it makes the exports a lot faster and the GPU support a lot better. But just to start with, use DaVinci Resolve. Or CapCut if you want. But DaVinci I find is a bit more straightforward. Yeah, don't worry too much about the RAM speed with the X3D. I mean, it always helps, don't get me wrong, but the cache will kind of make up for the lower RAM. And in this market, I don't think it matters particularly, even on AMD. Like if you're on an Intel system, you might want some fast RAM because one of the benefits of Intel is they've got a much better memory controller. So that it depends. I've got a kit of DDR4 7200 that I'm saving because I'm hoping that Intel come out with that Bartlett Lake CPU with the 12P core only, because I've got a Z790 board and I've got the DDR5 7200. I really need that Bartlett Lake chip. It'll be a perfect just one-off build. It'll be really fun. All right, so what I'm going to do, new thing, I'm going to there's a button that says start a Q&A. So I'm wondering if that is the thing that allows the question to like flash up on screen when I'm answering it. So I'm just going to do that and then just see what happens. And the poll looks good as well. It looks like people have already got their RAM, which is really helpful. Okay, so I'll just go back to the chat and then see if that works. I don't really know how it works, but we'll see. Okay, right, let's crack on. Let's get some building done. I'm going to take my watch off, I think, because it always just gets in the way. As nice a watch as this is, it will be. Will I do an H3 flow build? Maybe at some point. It's not in the pipeline at the moment. Because the Micro ATX scene has got so many cool cases. I've just got a Fantex XT M3, which I'll be doing very, very soon on a video on the channel. It's really cool. Thanks, Man Milo. Great to see you, my friend. Hopefully you're enjoying. I will just, because I forgot, I'm just going to set some music going whilst we start the build. Just some background music, just some chill stuff. Oh. There we go. Hopefully that's going to come through. Were you very concerned about GPU and PSU fighting for air and H5 flow? No, not at all. No way, it'll be fine. Completely overblown. Those kind of things, they always sound like bad in theory, but your PSU's not going to be going billio. It'll be fine. It'll honestly be fine. Okay, so I think I always start with the SSD first. Let's do that. I think I could probably get you a bit closer because on my screen the stream looks really crisp and clean, but that is the raw image. That's not what YouTube compression does to it. So I think the closer I can get, the better the quality is going to be. So let's do that. And I can do a little zoom like that. There we go. Okie dokie. What I'll do is I've got to check the CPU socket first, because there's no point doing everything else if they sent me one with bent pins, isn't it? So let's have a little inspect. Yeah, looks clean. And as always, if there are any issues with the stream quality or the audio needs turning up or anything else, just let me know. Okay. I deliberately put the bitrate of the stream not too high because obviously I don't want people's streams to be buffering all the time. So put that in. It's quite nice just to have a clean logo, although it is bright green. Thankfully, it will be under the GPU, but you know. So I've got that toolless SSD action. The reason I don't put it under the top one is because it's easier for the user to service it, isn't it? So let's say I've put a GPU in. It's going to be much easier for the user to add their own SSD to this slot rather than have to take out the GPU and then put another SSD in. And it's not like this is a blazing fast DRAM buffered Gen 5 drive. It's going to be just fine without heatsink, so we'll have that like that. That's okay, Bammy. That's cool, mate. That's cool. Do you like Infinity fans? You can buy some knockoff ones from Dark Rock. Yeah, I know. We've got similar things in the UK. We've got some. So from the distributor level, there's Vida, makes some nice Infinity fans. We've used those in a video. And you can also get ones called TZMRIT or whatever it's called, Tazmurit, and those are quite good as well. So SSD is in. We're going to need our RAM, which is over here. Again, boys, pour one out for Crucial. So many mid-tier memories. If you want bog standard RAM that doesn't light the world on fire, Crucial's your boy. Chalk says, I am upgrading from a 3070 Ti to a 5070 Ti. Nice upgrade. 850 watt PSU case. Yeah, great. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can choose the 850 or the 1000. Either of them will be absolutely fine. I mean, unless you're, unless you're overclocking a 14900K or something, it'll be fine. If you're on a Ryzen platform, yeah, 850 is no problem. Oh, these slots do need a little bit of pushing. Little squeeze. I wouldn't say I'm holding gold with these. I'd say I'm holding silver. I mean, it's only Crucial RAM at the end of the day. Oh god, these RAM slots are real tight. There we go. Well, at least they're not going to fall out. Intel. All right. Well, it depends which Intel. So, will the giveaway work? Oh yeah, people that are new. If anyone wants it in the UK, we are giving away a vertical mount kit. So, if anyone's interested, just let me know in the chat. If we get a few people, we'll do a random number generator thing. But only UK. I won't ship it abroad. So if you're abroad, I'll just not send it to you because I'm not doing it. But yeah, we've got a couple of riser bits. We've got the cage bit. It'll work with any GPU. So yeah. All right. CPU time. And this is a bit you have to be very careful not to bend the pins. I much prefer the pins being on the motherboard compared to the CPU. I find that is a lot nicer, a lot less likely to break. And if you do break it, it's a cheaper replacement, so it works. Tavalis says, how do you ship PCs? Yeah, we use expanding foam inside. And then that wraps around the GPU and sometimes the CPU cooler. and then when it gets to the customer, they take it out. When I do it, I also put it in a separate box, and I put it with the case facing glass side up, so that the chance of damage is minimal. Although you will sometimes still get damage. You know, that you can pack it as well as you want. A disgruntled delivery driver can still ruin your day, so it's a risk, but it's just part of it. I've only ever had 2 PCs that have had a bit of damage in shipping, so if you pack it well, it's okay, but it will eventually happen if you ship enough. Yeah, so that's how we do it. Not cheap though, it's like £8 a pack of that expanding stuff. It's not cheap. Right, let me see. I can't remember. Oh, this one. So I need to put a plate on this one. So almost certainly I'm going to have to take this mounting hardware off. If you can't hear it, that's because I've got noise suppression on. So hopefully you can't hear the whirring of. Honestly, this thing saves my wrists so much. Oh, just a quick aside, everybody. I got an email from Linus Tech Tips Media Group the other day. So they're going to send me their new screwdriver, which is quite funny because on the last stream, we were saying how pointless expensive screwdrivers are. They still decided that they want to send me one. So when that comes through, we can have a look at it. I'm not going to do like a dedicated video on it or anything. I'll just like try it out and see if it's any good. On the stream or something, but I thought it was quite funny. I don't know why Linus Tech Tips guys are looking at my channel, but fine by me. It's like they've got a new transparent one apparently for some reason. So we'll see. It's nice though. We'll see if it's good quality. I'll tell you, but I'm not going to lie and say that it's good just because they send one for free. That's not what I'm about. That's what every other tech YouTuber does. They get sent stuff and then say it's great. Like if you watch any PC builds from most mainstream YouTubers, they will use loads of parts that don't make sense or that they're overpriced or there's better variants because they get sent those parts by the manufacturer. At least when you watch my videos, I'm building them in systems to sell to people. So it's not like the manufacturer's sending me stuff to tell you it's all great and everything. That's why I'm using a Gigabyte Eagle with a good CPU because that is all you need, like 120 quid motherboard. There's absolutely no need for a fancy motherboard on Ryzen platforms. Absolutely no need. How do the giveaways work? Oh, we'll sort it out later. So it looks like we've got a couple of people interested. We'll do it later. What we'll do is in probably, I don't know, like an hour or half an hour or something, we'll just get everyone to say if they're interested, and then I'll do it on a random number generator. We'll do it at some point. Right. It's not like I didn't put it in the title because I don't want people coming to this stream just for a giveaway. I'd rather them just come and have a chill time, and then if there happens to be a giveaway, then great. Right, CPU cooler time. I might need to look at the manual because I'm usually using thermal right nowadays, and they're quite. I can do them off the top of my head, but I just need to look at this kit and see if I can remember how it works. I'm pretty sure it's these, but I'll get the book. It's not going to hurt, is it? They showed the transparent one in a video with the Linux guy. Oh, okay, well there you go. I mean, I'm sure it's a good screwdriver, but I'm not going to BS you and tell you it's worth like 80 quid or whatever it is. I'm not going to use Linux. It doesn't work with the apps that I needed to use it with, so I'm not going to use Linux. I know it's trendy, and you know, Windows has probably got worse, but everything works on Windows, so I'm not going to stop using Windows. Especially if you play Battlefield 6 or any games that need kernel level anti-cheat, it's just a non-starter. So it's not quite there yet. But I remember using Linux like 15, 20 years ago, Ubuntu. My dad used it all the time, and he used to like it. So must be something to it. Doesn't look like it's changed that much in all that time. So yes, it does indeed look like we use these standoffy screw bits. So that should be fairly simple. Although the instruction manual is not ideal. It doesn't say like, because this has got one thread that's thick and one thread that's thin. I don't know which one goes into the mounting hardware. I mean, I guess it's probably the thicker one. that looks like the same thread to me. So it's got to be the thick side that goes down. But that's not clear from the instructions. Tavalla says, can you reiterate the PSU GPU flow problem? Oh, so the H5 flow cases, and maybe the others as well. I haven't used the other HX flow cases. Because the case sits like right on your desk flat, and there's no perforation on the bottom. So when you put your power supply in, you have to put it fan facing up. And some people would say that if you've got a GPU drawing air this way, you've got a PSU drawing air this way, that they're going to fight for air. But in reality, the difference that makes is going to be really low, because the PSU fans, if you've got an appropriate power supply, they're not going to be spinning super fast. So the amount of air that it's going to take from that chamber is not very much. And GPUs nowadays are so well made, it's not going to cause you any problems. So I really wouldn't be worrying about things like that. It will be absolutely fine. Those kind of discussions about theoretical airflow, theoretical this and that, the reason that people know about them is because they make for good YouTube videos, because it makes for a controversy. Ooh, you can't do that, you can't do this. It makes for a good YouTube video. But if you actually live in the real world and actually try these things, the effect that they have is so minor. It just doesn't matter. I did like the H5 Flow. I thought it looked really cool. It's a really nice looking case, in my opinion, and it performed really well. So I had no issues with it at all. I did really like it. I couldn't really complain. It was very competently made. So if you like the design, then go for it. Right, so now I will need these things, I think. So there's the short ones and there's the long ones. And I think I used this last time. I found that if I used the short arms, that the pipes would come out of the bottom and that would look nicer. So let's do that. What do I daily drive? I have RTX 4080 Super and Ryzen 7800X 3D and a Fractal Terra. The temperatures are not very good. But it doesn't matter because I don't really game that much anymore. About 85% of the time, well, 80% of the time on my PC, I'm just editing my Shopify listings. Another 10%, 15%, I'm doing video editing, and then maybe 5% of the time I'm actually gaming on it. So if I was more of a gamer, I'd probably swap it into the Lian Li A3 with a tower cooler. But yeah. Definitely DaVinci Resolve. I think it's just a better package, I think, especially because you can just pay for it once and then it's done forever, then, isn't it? Whereas with Adobe, you either get a Fit Girl repack or you end up paying monthly. Whereas with DaVinci, like, they want to charge me 250, 300 quid. All right, I think that's fair for a good bit of software. And if you want to, you can use the free version of DaVinci. So there's loads of good options, basically. Yeah, there's a paid version of DaVinci that it gives you more GPU acceleration, so it helps a lot, especially if you're using H.264 video from your camera. Helps a lot. So there's the studio version and there's the free version. The studio version, for me, was definitely worth it. Alrighty, let's get that protection film off. Yeah, so Roman Hills has a good point there. You could just dual boot your system, have some of it on SteamOS and some of it on Windows, so definitely. Cooking channel. You say, do you think it's still okay to build AM4 new, like 5600, 5700, or is it AM5 all the way? It depends how much money you've got. It's going to be way cheaper to go on AM4, but you will lose the upgrade path. Whatever you do in PC hardware, it's always contingent on the price and what you can afford. There's always going to be a trade-off. Like, the AM4 is going to be cheaper, but you're going to lose the upgrade path. The AM5 is going to be more expensive, but you get the upgrade path and slightly faster speeds. So it's up to you. Tavalla, my videos were edited. I did learn some from YouTube, but mostly it's just practice. They're not that well edited. They're okay, but I mean, I could make them fancier, but it would make each video take so long that it wouldn't be worth it. Particularly with the number of subs I've got, it's just not worth it to go all out. But yeah, if you just take good product shots, actually the editing isn't that hard. It's when you have like suboptimal product shots or whatever you're doing that you have to make up for it in editing. But always learning, always learning. Videos have come a long way in the past, even the past year actually. Okay, so a bit of thermally pasty in the middle. Okie dokie. Oh, we need to put the thumb nuts on, don't we? See you, Ninja. Enjoy the match. I mean, I'd say I hope Tottenham win, but I don't. I like seeing Tottenham suffer, so... so good luck. Yeah, exactly. OE Agent's got it. It's like you have to match it to the use case. Like, if AM4 is going to give you enough speed for what you need to do for a decent amount of time, then crack on. I mean, you know, if you're just going to play some 1080p games and you're not expecting mega high frames, or if you're just doing some general like usage, well, there's actually no advantage to getting posh new stuff. Do I use a NAS? Yes, I definitely use a NAS. It's exceptionally helpful because I can access my files anywhere. Really good. And it just means you don't have to have lots of physical drives in your PC. Multiple devices can access data at once. I can use it as like a little... So I can put lots of video files on there, create proxy media from those NAS files, edit with the proxies, and when it comes time to actually export the video, it will use the actual full fat files from the NAS. It's really good. It's just a lot of money. That's why a lot of people don't get it. Dude, a 5700X3D and a 7800XT is a great combo. That's still great. Like my friend that I built a PC for about 18 months ago, he's got 7800XT and 7600 Ryzen. He's loving it. It's still great. So, you know, it's always nice to see those Halo products on videos, but actually in the real world, as long as it does what you need, then you know, you're laughing. Oh, actually, so that puts that there. So really, actually, I want the long brackets to have it like this, don't I? Maybe I must have done it differently last time. That's okay. It's no effort. You can make them if you want. You can make your own NAS if you want, but I just bought a Ugreen because it's already enough of a faff to set up a NAS. I don't want to have to install my own OS, do all the other rubbish with it. I just get a Ugreen. It was a good price. It works really well. It's got an app that I can use. It's just pretty sweet. It's just a really easy solution. So I paid for convenience essentially, but it works great. I can't. It's been essentially flawless. And I've put all my like media into Jellyfin as well, so I can use that on my TV, on my Google Chromecast thing. The whole ecosystem works really well. ASRock Desk Meet. Oh, what? That's one of those little mini PCs, isn't it? I've never used a mini PC. I just never seen the appeal. But if it's good value, then and you like it, then fantastic. All right, so we'll just free the cables from under there. I think AIOs look really nice when the cable and the tubes come straight out the bottom like this. I think it's my favorite way for the tubes to go. Looks the cleanest IMO. Laptops always sound loud though, Agent. Always. When you get them going. I mean, the laptop I'm using to stream this from, all it's doing is using NVENC, and I can hear the fans from here. It's not mega loud, it's just... That's always going to happen with a laptop. You're stuffing so much stuff into a small area, it's going to get loud. It's just... And the fans are small as well. The smaller the fan is, the more annoying the noise is. Like a console for the living room looks small and portable. I like it. At some point, when I'm less busy, I'm going to do a fractal ridge build, like a under TV kind of fractal ridge build, to see what the temperatures are like. But that's one of my projects that I've got in my Notion to do at some point. But at the moment, I've actually had so many custom orders at the moment. Like, you know, you see me do these on stream at this pace. When I'm off stream, I get these done, tested and ready in under an hour. I've had quite a few of them this week. DPD delivery guy hates my guts, I can tell. Okay, right, so we can do a little bit of cabling now, save us some effort later. I always find mounting the AIO now much better than putting the radiator in the top of the case first. Just from like thermal paste spread and like ease of access and cabling and everything, it's just a lot easier this way, in my opinion. But I know a lot of people like to mount the radiator in the case and then put the pump head on later. So up to you. This is just my way. Okay, so that's one way of like hiding your cables. If you've got a cable coming out the bottom, put it underneath the mounting arm and then have it come out the top like that, and then we can tuck away the excess later. And then I don't know if the RGB cable will fit through that same path as that 3-pin, but we'll try. Maybe. Wouldn't it be, well, what do you guys think about an idea for like Project Zero, where there's a physical hole in the motherboard that you can put these kind of cables through, and then they create some kind of inline connector that you just like, you can just break it off and then feed it through the hole, and then you can't see any of the cables at all. I think it's very niche. It's just a thought that I just had. I mean, you might be able to even get it to work if you put it through a screw hole, but who knows? Oh, it's not going to fit, is it? I'm going to have to wrap it around the top. That's unfortunate. We can tidy this up later. It's not going to look too bad. Just put it round like this. So, Agent, you bought a PC and it's now almost double the price if you were to buy it now. That's so funny. I don't know how though, because it's only like there's. I know the RAM's bad, but you can offset that with a lot of really good deals on other parts. Well, I know. I'm not saying that it would. So you'd have a gap, and then you'd have some way of insulating the hole. Yeah, all cables that have current running through them will have an electromagnetic field. That's true. But you could probably, and the sheath on the cable would probably insulate it enough. But you could always, I don't know. It's just an idea. I think it would be too niche to take off anyway. I don't know. I mean, they put holes in it for the screws, so they can definitely put a hole in the motherboard. I don't know. It would be so niche that it wouldn't be profitable, so they wouldn't do it anyway. Guess it's a moot point. All right, so that's that job jobbed. Let's keep the AMD mounting hardware over there. All right, so that's basically a PC, but we need to put it in a case, don't we? So I'll go and grab that next. Try and keep things vaguely organized. That doesn't go in there, so we'll put it over there. Hope everybody's doing well today. If we've got any new viewers, welcome to the stream. We just keep things chill. We just build some PCs. It's not that deep. We just have a bit of have a laugh, do our thing. Oh, okay. I have to move the camera up now. Cool. Okay, stable. Great. And for your guys' benefit, I'll lay it down to do all this bit. So this is Vida Solus case. It's just like it's a rip-off of a Corsair 3500X, but it looks nice, and it's only 50 quid, so can't complain. And it comes with fans, reverse blade here, normal on the back. Can't complain. 50 quid for this. It's quite a nice case. Decently well built. It's made out of metal, no plastic on the actual build itself. I don't know how they can afford this, to make this for 50 quid, but I'm not gonna rock the boat. I think the Steam machine is for anyone that actually knows anything about hardware, it's going to be dead on arrival, because you're still going to be able to build, even with bad RAM prices, you'll still be able to build something cheaper. And I think they'll probably sell like maybe 10,000 or 5,000 of them at break even or loss because of the RAM problem. And then after that, the price is going to go up, and they're going to be like $800, aren't they? And that's just not going to be worth it. You can build something yourself, or even buy a custom build. But way better than that. So for me, it's DOA, but it will probably still be successful. People will probably still buy it, because a lot of people just want a one and done solution. If they go, well, Steam said this is good and it's for playing their games, they'll just buy it. But that's not really the point of PC, is it? That PCs aren't the same as consoles, so people will buy it, and then they'll find out. They'll FAFO and and they'll find out, and they'll go, well, this is worse than my PlayStation, and then I'll go, I told you so. Oh, thanks, Cooking Channel, appreciate it. Yeah, I put one thing. I said I'm not going to say I'm an expert businessman, but through selling stuff, I have learned a few things about business. And one of those things is people shop with their eyes first. So as much as people will want to say, give me the best price to performance and all that, the way that you get them in is with the photos. So I've had to get really good at taking photos. So I spent 1,500 quid on a Sony camera with a really nice Sigma lens. And that's repaid itself 3 times over in the quality of the photos. So it's just one of the things. If people see what they're going to get and it's aspirational, they'll buy it. So OE Agent, they do say that the Steam Deck is going to be better than what most people are using. But don't forget that most Steam installers, they probably just have it on any computer that they've got. So they'll be playing integrated graphics on things like Among Us and not actual games. So take the Steam hardware survey results with a bit of a pinch of salt, is all I'm going to say. People will find out. They'll FAFO. It won't be good. It will not be good. It will not be a PC experience. It will be like an Xbox experience in terms of quality, which for me is completely pointless because the consoles already exist. The benefit will be that you don't have to pay for like PS Plus or Xbox Gold or whatever it is. So it's probably still better than a console in terms of value proposition, total cost of ownership, and that kind of thing. But it's not going to be a viable alternative to PC. They're not going to be saving anybody with it. It's not. I just can't see it happening. I could be wrong. I'm always happy to be wrong and corrected, but that's just my prediction. At a certain point, you just have to say, if you want quality, you have to pay for it. And if you can't pay for it, then that's fine. But if you want quality, you've got to pay for it. That's how it works. All right. So front chamber's looking good. We can pop the power supply in next. Yeah, so 3060 is a really popular GPU because it was good, man. It was like 300 quid, 12 gigs of VRAM, gave you what you needed at 1080p. So it's pretty good. But the 7600 GPU isn't that much faster than the 3060. I mean, technically it's very slightly better, but not really. And it does depend on the game. And the 12 gigs is nice, so, you know, tricky. Tricky. Right, let's hook up our modular cables. So we definitely need a SATA plug for this one as well. So we need to make sure we don't forget that. And because it's a Radeon card, it doesn't use the 12 volt cable, which is nice. Well, it doesn't use a 12 volt 2x6 cable is what I should say. Trying to keep current PC going. Oh, Cymru 2K2. Where do you live in Wales? I still get loads of customers. I used to live in Cardiff. I went to uni there. And I sold loads of PCs in South Wales. Let me know where in Wales you're from. But trying to keep your old PC going, audio died. Yeah, perfect. I love air cooling now. Air cooling is my favorite. I'm really like a stan for air cooling nowadays. I think it looks cooler, but England, but from Newport originally. Oh well, you're just down the road from where I was then. Yeah. Cardiff's nice, man. Good place to live. I just feel like I've sort of completed it now, but I had a really good time there. I lived, just not right in the centre, but off centre, and it was just a really good time. And Welsh people are lovely, so I can't fault them. So that's for CPU. Rig is a relic by today's standards, but like we always say, if it does what you need it to do, then the PC is functional. And that's coming from somebody that has a lot of motivation to get people to upgrade. But I'm not going to BS you. I don't want somebody buying a computer from me because I've persuaded them. They need to come to that decision by themselves. And then if they want an upgrade, then come to me and I'll do it properly for you. But I don't want to have to convince people because then I feel a bit dirty. I feel like I've done someone out of their money. But if I know that they're making an informed decision, that's great. But like I said, if it's working, it's working. Great, so that should be everything we need. Graphics, CPU, SATA, and motherboard. That should be everything. Now, normally I'd do this with the case stood up. It'd be a lot easier, but because I'm such a nice guy, I will show you from this perspective. Do AIOs survive shipping better than air towers? Yes. Yes, that Agent, you are absolutely on the money. The AIOs never get damaged in shipping. Tower coolers are much more likely to. In fact, the only time I've ever had shipping damage, the 2 times I've ever had it, both of the times it was because the air cooler got bent. So pre-builts do prioritize that. You can somewhat alleviate that by putting the Instapack in a certain way. But yes, you are absolutely correct. And also, the AIO is just so cheap now that it's not like you're making a huge cost saving. All right. So personally, from a business perspective, I much prefer people that choose liquid coolers. From a PC enthusiast perspective and my own personal views, I much prefer an air cooler because there's fewer parts that can go wrong. But that's the dichotomy, isn't it? That's why you shouldn't trust businesses. Get what you need from them. Pay for quality when it's needed. but still have your own brain. You live at the southern end of the Appalachian Mountains. Wow, I bet that's gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You have to ship them all. Yeah, yeah. But that's okay, you know. That people expect that nowadays. But I personally love selling to people in the local area. So I don't do any paid ads apart from locally. And I put all my money into local paid ads because people really, really, really appreciate the ability just to bring it down the road if something goes wrong, a human being to talk to. It makes a huge difference, but people don't know that until they're told. So that's why I put in the paid ads locally. But nationally, there'd be no point in me doing paid ads nationally because Scan, AWD, and all the other big players, they're going to spend more than me. So what's the point? So mainly local stuff, but it's probably about 80% national, 20% local of my sales at the moment. The YouTube is a bit of a lead gen, but it's mainly word of mouth. Like, all I need is one person to buy one of my computers. And then I usually get 5 more orders like 2 weeks later because they see the part selection is really good. The quality of the build is really good. The customer service is really good. And people just want something that works. Like, they don't mind paying a bit more if it just works. So I get one person, get them a really nice PC, and then I usually get 3 or 4 more people like a week later. So as long as you do a good job, that's what the bar is now. Where is local now? Just down in the southwest, down in Devon. Also a very nice place to live. Keeps you away from all the inner city BS. So yeah. Agent says custom loop builds look so beautiful. I would appreciate it properly. Yeah, I don't do it. Honestly. Right, I changed the other camera with some real talk. So AIOs will give you everything you need for cooling. A custom loop, absolute waste of money and waste of time, and it will cause you a headache. Because I've done it for my own PC, and it looked really cool, and then that feeling lasted about 2 weeks, and then after that, I was like, well, I don't really care anymore. And then it's just little things with it are annoying. Like sometimes the pump makes an annoying noise. You do have to change the fluid in it every 6 months, ideally. And then trying to sell any kind of custom loop to a customer is an absolute no-go. Not going to happen because it will not survive shipping. With liquid, I just can't take that risk. I really wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. If you want to do it as a hobby, then great, but you're going to spend like £700 on custom loop water cooling gear, and it will not make any difference to noise or game performance or anything. It's just an art installation. So if you go in with the understanding that a custom loop is an art installation, then I can't fault you. If you're going in and telling me you're going to get better performance and all this rubbish, think again, because if you're an XOC overclock and you've delidded your CPU, okay, fine, a custom loop will be better. But for most people, not going to matter. The custom loops add up so quick, man. They add up so quick. Like, you think it's not very much. Like, you get the tubing, it's like 30 quid. But then each fitting is like 8 quid. And then you have to get the fluid and you have to buy the heat gun. And it all adds up. It really is not worth it. I really wouldn't recommend it. Home county's Berkshire. That's all right. That's nice. Just like keep me away from really big cities. That's all I want, really. Is that where Warhorse was filmed? It might be, you know. I don't know. You could be right there. Maybe. Oh, it was, yes, it was probably filmed on Dartmoor, which is like a national park that's near us. Yeah, yeah. I think that does ring a bell. All right, let's actually do some work now because I've been yapping away. So one of the things I like to do is pre-feed the CPU power cable through because it means you can plug it in before screwing your motherboard in place. Just saves you a bit of hassle. So try and clean up the cables as much as possible. Pop that through there. Oh! I didn't even know that front panel came off. Okay. That was nearly disastrous. I nearly smashed it. I didn't actually know that this front panel even came off. Okay, well, we'll put that down to the side then. Oh my gosh! Well, we've got better access to the case now. Janssen's is here. It is a good afternoon. It's morning here. 12-volt 2x6 cable, and notice it's missing pins. Do you know what? I don't actually know. Should I get the one from this power supply and we can have a look? It's probably fine. Some of them are just grounding pins. So they don't always put them in. Let me get the box and I can tell you. Okie dokie. So here we go. Hopefully that's visible. So this one has all the pins there, and then all the pins on that end, and all the pins on that end. So this one has all the pins. So yeah, I mean, I can't imagine they would be missing pins, but they might be. I don't know. But this one that I have here has everything, so maybe it's not right. Warhorse was a really big play as well, like the live action play with like practical effects. I went to go and see it in London once. I mean, I was bored out of my head because I was about 15 at the time, and it was like the lamest thing I could think of. All right. Well, that's a revelation that you can take the front out. That's I've used this case about 4 times, and I didn't know you could actually pop the front off. Great. Well, it gives us more space. So I'll take it. Great. So we'll just pop this down like that. Make sure the cables are clear. And then I'll just give it a little shimmy underneath there. But can you see now, especially if you were to have an air cooler here, how much easier it is now that I've pre-fed this cable through? I could just plug it in here and then move the board over. You're not having to like dig your fingers into the corner of the case. Just overall, generally a better experience. Work out which way to flip that cable. Okay. And then you just pick it up and move it over. Easy. Oh, no, they didn't pre-install all the standoffs. Oh, that does happen with cheap ones sometimes. All right, we have to put some standoffs in then. But they didn't put them in here and here. I guess because they assume that people are going to be putting cheap micro ATX boards in there or something, because it's a cheap case, maybe that's it. No bother. And they don't give you one of those bits that let you screw it in properly. So we'll be back in a sec. Just going to get my iFixit. So it's just a hex socket that you need, whether you get iFixit or something else, but yeah. Yeah, I know, that's unfortunate, Janssen's. I mean, it probably is fine, but it's just, yeah, I do get what you're saying. I do. Okay. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3 standoffs. 1, 2. I mean, this is one of the downsides you're going to get with the cheaper cases, that, you know, sometimes they won't put all the standoffs in. But it's fairly easy. Just put it into the socket like that and put it in. I mean, if you don't have like a socket set like this, you can just use some pliers, twist it in. Just be careful not to scratch the case up. Okay. Where's everybody tuning in from today? I know we usually get, got a good few guys from the US. And it's probably morning time for you at the moment, isn't it? But I don't know about everywhere else. Always interesting to know where people are in the world. Okay. So CPU power back in. Take 2. From the UK, nice, great to see it. Great to see it. And if anyone, if people are here in the UK and if you're struggling to find certain components for your PC, please do let me know, because sometimes I'll be able to get things that you guys can't pre-retail. So let me know if you think you're getting gouged on something. I'll see what I can do. Take me out of New Jersey, please. I know, but do you know what? I've never been to New York, New Jersey. Where have I been in the US? Been to Florida, Orlando and Key West. Been to Las Vegas. I didn't like Las Vegas, to be honest. And where else have I been? Been Grand Canyon. That was pretty cool. I think that's it in the US. And then in Canada, I've been skiing in Big White, which is near Kelowna, I think. And that was really nice as well. That was actually awesome. I'd love to go back there. Right, so just need those screws and we can crack on with mounting the motherboard in. SFX PSU. Let me have a look for you. Cooking. Remind me later. Once the build's finished, remind me. I'll see what I can find for you. I mean, what pricing have you seen so far? I scored some DDR4 16 47 on eBay. Nice. Nice pixel. If anybody needs... If you're in the UK and you need DDR4, please tell me, because I can get it at a good discount. Oh, thanks, Cymru. Appreciate it. Yeah, let me know. And guys, if I don't expect you guys to buy my PCs. Most of you guys are like enthusiasts that build your own, so I'm not trying to sell to you. But what I'm saying is, if you've got a friend that needs a PC and you want it from someone that's going to do it properly, send them over to the website. And if they mention you, like by email, I'll get you guys a Steam code for it, like 10, 20 quid, something like that, for the referral bonus. And if any of you are going to buy a PC or your friends, just say, like I saw on YouTube, I said, you said on stream that we'll give you free Windows code. I'll do that as well. I always want to look after the loyal subscribers. So just say, yeah, I'm on subbed on YouTube. In addition to using the YT50 code, just let me know and I'll get you the free Windows as well. So it's like 100 quid saving, really. So just let me know. But it's low pressure. Like I was saying earlier, that I don't want to have to like convince people to like buy something from me, and just in general, like I find that all so sleazy and gross. I feel like I'm sort of cheating people out. So I just want people to go, your products look good, I'm interested, let's go. And I don't want to have to like be pushy or try and convince people. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. That's the world, isn't it? I can't easily leave the dining table with the... Yeah, that's quite a unique, unique scenario. Okay, just got to line that standoff up properly. That looks a bit better now. The problem is if you don't line the standoff properly, you'll end up cross-threading the screw, and then and then you'll have to get the standoff out, and it will be stuck, and it will be a whole faff. So when you're mounting your board, just try and do it right the first time. And I was saying earlier that Linus Tech Tips team got in touch with me to send me their new screwdriver. But in truth, to build a PC, this is all you need. Phillips number 2 head, long handle to get into those hard to reach areas. This cost me £7 and it's really good. Magnetic tip, you're away. I build a lot of PCs, so that's why I have like the electric one here. And some others, but that's only because I do it all the time. Like for you guys, just there's no point in buying a fancy screwdriver just to build a PC. Oh, Cumry, that sucks, man. Yeah, you got like a different revision. They took out the old compatible. That sucks, dude. Yeah. I'm surprised they don't still support 11.5X though. Most of them do. That's crazy, because they usually they'll give you a back plate, but it will have the slidey bit on it that lets you change the size. So that's really unlucky. It's usually just the back plate that's the problem with those most of the time, but yeah. Oh, that is unlucky. Okay. Cool. So we can mount that liquid cooler in a moment. Let's just, before we do that, we'll get, what have we got? Actually, we could probably just hook the fans up along the bottom, couldn't we? Yeah, right. Oh, that's going to make things a bit cleaner. So I'm going to take our liquid cooler here. And we'll have our 2 plugs like this, and we just plug these in and then stuff everything behind. Easy peasy. Oh, you can go through there for now, so we don't get tangly. The taste of paint in my mouth and breathing in. Yeah, that's bad, man. You got to be careful with what you're breathing in. Some paints can be pretty toxic. So daisy chain cable connected. Pop that through. Oh, where's the... Oh, it's there. Put that fan speed plug up as well. There we go. And sort of a steel building on your property for office or workshop. Love it. Yeah, fair enough, Roman. That's good, mate. As long as you got enough to fund that and everything, that sounds like a really good idea. And just that physical separation as well. It's good for your mind as well as practically, isn't it? So, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. And thanks for the sub as well. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm quite pleased with how these streams go. Actually, I'm gonna keep doing them probably on Saturdays, because like having 20 concurrent viewers is pretty amazing. I think that puts me in like the top 10% of streamers or something. Something crazy. Apparently, like most people don't get more than like 2 viewers. Okay, so just gonna put that way, and then I'm gonna secure the AIO in place. I'm just thinking, what do you guys think? Should we put the AIO like more that way, or I think that's too far over that way. We could put it here, and then maybe flatten the cables a bit. There's myriad ways that you could do it, but probably just in the middle is the way to go, isn't it? It's like ASMR for millennial nerds. I don't think I've got a very nice ASMR voice. I'm slightly nasal. It will only go up. Well, thank you. That's true, Roman. That's the benefit of being in business, of course. Now, colour me crazy. I'm actually thinking of unmounting the cooler, turning it this way so the tubes come over like this. Am I mental for doing that? I think it's going to look a lot nicer. And we're on stream, so why not? So let's do it. We won't have to change any paste over, and the cables can all stay as they are. We're literally just turning the cooler. I think it will look a lot nicer because there's quite a lot of like excess coming over here. I mean, it's not going to look awful. It's just like in terms of like going for a premium finish, I think if we have the tubes on this side, it's going to look a lot nicer. Let's just do it. It won't take long. It'll take like 5 minutes. And it could make all the difference. We don't have to change any paste because it's all still fresh. So let's just do it. Try and put this somewhere the paste isn't going to rub off. I'm going to put a little sponge like that. And then hopefully we don't spill any. Go on, you can stay there. We'll see. That'll be all right. I just try not to. I just put that sponge there so they don't get paste on the board because that can look a little bit unprofessional. Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do because it will tighten up the run. It'll just generally look better. And we could do it now before we put everything else in place. It's hard to know like before you put it in what it's going to look like because all the AIOs seem to have different length of tubing. Like the Arctic ones, they have really long tubes. And some of them, like Cooler Masters, have really short tubes. So you just don't know until you put it in. Okay, so we can take these mounting brackets off. So we're actually going to go back to the original straight brackets we had in the first place. Classic stream. Zacron, hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope everything's going well in your area of the world. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this pointed in towards the middle. Like so. Yeah, it wouldn't be the other way around, it'd be too far away. I mean, you can tell from the thermal paste on there that it was a pretty even coverage, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay. So just hand tighten these nuts and then good to go. Just give them a little cheeky turn. All one-handed, how about that? All right. So give them one of these. Especially in this kind of atrium case, because if you put the cooler like over to this side, it will make the 3 fans look nicer. Very out of topic, but do you like football? If you're talking, like somebody asked this earlier, and if you mean real football, like soccer football, then yes. If American football, then no, because it's not a real sport. Would be crazy bad luck to have bought bad RAM before price hike. Well, it doesn't, I think to have bought any RAM, it'll be okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks way neater. I think that looks that was definitely worth doing, actually. Okay. Like always, anything that you're mounting, if possible, alternate between the sides rather than tightening one side all the way down, because the thermal paste will spread more evenly. You'll get more even pressure on whatever you're mounting to. It helps a lot. How dare you? I'm more into rugby. Yeah, rugby's cool, man. again, it's like football. I'll only really watch the internationals. I'm too much of like a scaredy cat play rugby. I think it's because when I was a kid, I had glasses. Well, I have glasses now, but I can wear contacts. But I was just always like terrified of the glasses smashing in my face. There we go. That's nicer, isn't it? And we can put that cable there to hide that. Oh, that looks so much cleaner now. Look at that. So now all your 3 fans are unobstructed. It might touch on the GPU a little bit, so that might be the only downside of putting it there. But I think that overall, that's way better. Tune says only a 16 amp K. What do you mean by that? You mean like the plug that goes into the mains outlet on your wall? Because in the UK they're 13 amps, but we have higher voltage, so maybe that's why yours are different. So that's I don't think I'll be able to give you a good answer there actually, because if you're in the US, your voltage is a lot lower than ours, so you might need more amps. So I don't know what plug you need. I expect a 6 amp plug probably isn't enough. Because if you've only got 100, it would maybe borderline, because I think your electricity in the US runs at 130 volts. So multiplied by 6 amps, you'll get 780 watts. So you'll be just about all right, but I wouldn't want to redline that, so I'd get a better one. But yeah, it's an Acer SSD. Yeah, they're actually quite good. They're actually quite good drives for the money. They're the cheapest that I could find at the moment, given the increased pricing, and actually not pretty good quality drives, you know? So just mounting the radiator. Again, this is a really easy way to mount your radiator. Have the PC on the side. You don't have to like hold it up and things like that. From India. Oh, I don't know what volts that your electricity uses in India then. But you just need to multiply the voltage that you get via the amps, and then you'll know, won't you? But you want to have a good buffer in there. I wouldn't want to redline those kind of things. Never knew they did SSD. Recently found they did GPUs. Yeah, they do, and they're good GPUs as well. It's mainly ARC stuff, isn't it? ARC B570 and B580, and they're good, man. They work well. So I can't knock it, and their RAM's good as well. They also, it's also like, I don't know who OEMs for who, but they also do a brand called Biwin. So if you've seen BIWIN, it's not actually a dodgy brand because it's essentially Acer. Will you test the new 8505G? I will not, because I think APUs are completely worthless. I cannot think of a good reason to have an APU. I can't think of any. Right, just gonna get a quick drink, parch the old thirst. So Biwin, BIWIN. They do RAM and SSDs. All right. Cool. Well, we're making some good progress. Let's feed some cables through, shall we? Okay. Going to do this quickly because otherwise, like, changing the angle just to show you me stuffing some cables through some holes is not great. And you can get that for free on the hub, so So USB 3 is up at the top. I mean, if somebody can tell me what an APU is useful for in a consumer desktop, then please tell me, but I just can't think of a reason. Wash, wash, wash. What's that one? Power switch. What are these ones? I'm not going to plug in HDD LED because that is just annoying, so I'm going to leave that out. Power LED we can have. And then, where's the... It's got to be one more for the... Oh, I got it there for reset for the RGB. Great. Yeah, but Cooking Channel, if you just get any Ryzen now, they all just come with integrated graphics. So unless you need multi-monitor capability, then there's no need, because the integrated graphics will be fine for just home media use. But the ones with the G on the end, I just don't get it. And even then, you just get a normal CPU and you can just plug a graphics card in, unless you're having a teeny tiny box. Right. And then that'll be for... I know this is boring visually. I'm just putting cables through, and then we'll plug them all in. Oh, this one's got a glory hole on the front for the graphics power. This case is well designed, man. I'll show you what I mean. This little hole at the front here. I love these. $7500F. Oh, well, you'll need a GPU then if you can't run. That's the only ones that don't have the integrated graphics are the F. But 7500F's awesome, man. But the F thing has always been the case, even with Intel, right? So, yeah, all right. Come on. They always make these just small enough that it's annoying to get the plug through, isn't it? Come on. Like the first one comes through, and then the daisy chain one is always like a real struggle. Right, there we go. It's one. And two through the glory hole. Oh, well, Tune, that is a great pairing. Very high value pairing. I love it. Okay, nearly there. Right, so this fan plug can come through. How's it going? Alex Overend, great to see you. Yeah, really well, thanks. Busy this week. Lots of orders, so I'm happy. I've had quite a few since Black Friday ended, because I was a bit disappointed. I didn't get like a huge number of sales on Black Friday, but actually, because I haven't changed my prices, all I've done is remove the discount code. So I think people are starting to realize that actually offering some good value at the moment, because I've got a few decent price RAM kits left, and then after that the price goes up. But cases have got cheaper, power supplies got cheaper, CPUs I can get real cheap. So actually the overall cost of the builds it's only gone up a little bit. It's not as disastrous as it probably once seemed on the RAM front. Okay. We have a big mess of cables to sort out now, which is always fun. Okay. Where did that HD audio plug go? Oh, got it in my hand. Perfect. Pop that in first. Ooh. Is that you, Desteo? Well, to be honest, I think with 25 viewers, I think you're safe, mate. I think you're safe. Right. So next in the chain is the ARGB plug, so pop that in. So Desteo, you'll know this case probably. This is Vida Solus case. You might have seen it on Spire. None of the pre-builds sold for Black Friday. So. You're That's true, I do. Actually, Desteo, just tell your mum she can come pick up a payment later. The tip is not included. Okay, so along the bottom next will be front panel. Will it? Oh no, there's a fan plug there. Put that in first. Yeah, it's good. It's basically a Corsair 3500X knockoff. But it's good, man. It's good. I mean, it doesn't look as premium as the 3500X, but it's pretty good facsimile of it. So I'm not complaining. Right. So power switch there. Pled minus, pled plus. Just doubled her price. Inflation comes for us all. Exactly right. Just ask your mum's plastic surgeon. Inflation is all the rage. Okay. Yeah, so Roman Hills, I'm really trying to reduce my inventory of pre-built stock PCs now and just going on a built-to-order basis because I don't know, I've been stung so many times by holding inventory. I would probably start holding some pre-builts of like series of PCs that people buy a lot. But it just reduces your exposure if you do them built to order, doesn't it? Cool, and then just need motherboard power. Had a relatively good Black Friday. Well, I'm glad to hear it, mate. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, Desteo, actually, while you're here, did you see there is a really good business price for DDR4 on Amazon at the moment? 35 quid. I think it's 35 or 38 quid or something like that for 16 gigs. So I'll send you the link if you want it. It doesn't come until January, but I ordered a kit a couple of weeks ago and it's been fulfilled today, so they are doing it. But it'll only work if you've got a business account with Amazon. Let me grab it for you now. I was going to share a DDR5 link with everybody, but it actually went out of stock for 230 quid. But you can order, I think they let you order 3 of these at a time. But it's just normal Vengeance RAM. On mine, it comes up at £35.47, including VAT. But it will take a month to arrive. But if you're doing a lot of AM4 builds, I'd fill your boots, mate. It's one of those like weird ones. It's one of those weird ones where like it doesn't show up on PC Part Picker, or when you search it, it came up as like a suggested item. It was the same. I bought loads of Acer DDR5, 230 quid for 32 gigs. But it wasn't on PC Part Picker. It wasn't advertised anywhere. You had to click see all buying options, and then it was just there. So I was like, no one's going to find this, much to my benefit. Yeah, I think, well, you know, D4 is the way to go, man. I think Intel LGA 1700 is going to make a bit of a comeback. I've already started making a series of PCs with some Alder Lake stuff, which is actually bringing some good value. It's so funny how things change, isn't it? He got some off eBay cheap. That's good, man. Super powerful eBay tool. Oh, nice. Fair play to you. Okay. Pull some cable through. Right, let's see what mess we've got then. Actually, let's put GPU in, and then we can sort the mess out afterwards. Do it all in one go. Yeah, but the thing is, the AM4 is actually still good, man. People still buy it. It's still popular. It's like it's that Halo product thing, isn't it? Like when there's like a good top end AMD Ryzen, people will get the stuff lower in the stack. Even if it's not better value, they'll still get it. It's interesting, the psychology of that. Oh, don't you just love snap off PCIe covers? I expect this one is going to need an anti-sag. Because it hasn't even got any PCIe armor on it. So I think it's going to droop. That's okay. Most cards tend to droop now. As you guys know, I don't mind things that droop from time to time. On the basis that you snap off the wrong ones. Yeah, totally been there. Totally been there. Okay, so clip side up for this, which of course is not the way that I had it by default, because it never is. I wish they'd do, rather than daisy chain ones, give us single ones. It looks way cleaner if you're not using custom sleeved. Although actually, the glory hole is close enough that that can go in. So what's going to be the cleanest way to do this? Probably this one to stuff back in, I think. Yeah, that's the best way. Try to find the bend of least resistance. Okay. Oh, daisy chained power cables, man. Sucks. Sucks for aesthetics. What are you gonna do? That's going to be the easiest way, isn't it? Tie them together like that, so it looks like one. Well, it looks like one from the front. I am on Discord, but I don't have like a Discord server, so I don't have a company one either. I just have like my own one that I use to chat with my mates. But I thought about it, setting one up for the channel. I don't think it's worth it yet. We don't have enough people, and the administrative burden of looking after it, it probably doesn't have enough of a return. But yeah. But I'm stoked with the viewership on the live streams, man. It's like 20 is quite consistent. Oh yeah, you go for it. Yeah, yeah. I can't even remember what my name is on there. I think it's Fit and Local. I think I'll have to check. I don't know. I'll have a look later. Where are my scissors? Well, after all that belly aching about how bad the cables look? Actually, it's come out really nice. I think it looks great. Nice. Yeah, time for some cable management then. Oh, now for the fun bit. Oh, thanks, Roman Hills. Yeah, I am pivoting. I'm not going to change all the content. Like the live streams are going to stay like this, but I think I'm going to do fewer build videos, maybe one every week or two, but do a bit more educational and advice content because it's just more useful, isn't it? Like in terms, I'm trying to like think of the channel and the business like a funnel. Like top of funnel is YouTube videos that people like and get awareness. Bottom of funnel is getting them on the website. So the build videos are more towards the bottom of the funnel because they're more likely to lead to somebody thinking the PC looks cool and I want to buy one. Whereas the educational content brings in more people, and then the streams are just to hang out because you know it's just good fun. It's good fun. But it looks like from the poll that most people actually have got their RAM already, so I'm quite pleased. That's good, man. I'm very happy that we're not getting too many people paying the overpriced RAM. Because Lord knows I have. So my spot price, I've got about 6 or 7 kits left. The spot price for those is £150. DDR5 6000 C30 32 gigs. And the spot price for equivalent kit now, CL36 instead, which is so it's worse RAM, is now 231. Yeah, I think I think the reason that, I mean, I have a theory about why the streams are getting more popular and more pushed. It's because like AI can now produce videos so well that people want a bit of interaction. They want something they know isn't AI. Like this obviously isn't AI. Like AI couldn't make this live stream, just wouldn't be possible. But the videos, you know, they probably could make the videos. So it's like more of a human connection. I think, you know, as much as AI is advancing, I think we're going to have a bit of a opposite reaction in a way where people are craving live and in-person real experiences again. It's interesting. So who knows? It's just a theory. A game theory. You're not AI then. Not anymore. I'm a real boy now. And I think out of all the video content that I do, the streams are the most fun by far. Because I don't have to set loads of things up. I just put the overhead cam on, put the side cam on, get the laptop out. This is all just streamed from a laptop. Put my lav mic on. It's so easy. It takes about 20 minutes to set up. Whereas like a video takes so long to set up, film, edit and everything. Like Pinocchio, exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. I think because, you know, we got actually pretty good live chat. Considering like most things you see with like 15 to 20 viewers, the chat's usually pretty dead, but this chat's really cool. Like it's really nice. And I'm sure probably maybe 10 out of those 15 people are probably just like doing the dishes or doing some chores and just want something chilled on in the background. So I agree, that's probably one of the other appeals of the stream as well. They're not like hyper dopamine type things, are they? They're just like, they're a bit more chilled. Okay, so we can sweep those across. Put that there. And also, I take, on the streams, I take the builds a lot slower. Like, and I talk through them a bit more. Whereas the builds that I do off stream, it's like bam, bam, bam. It's done. It's all done. It's, parts out, built, booted, Windows on within an hour. Whereas this is just more like relaxing and chilled. I always put a couple of if the SATA plugs are easy to access, I just put them in for the customer anyway in case they upgrade later. But that's why they're in. I'm not actually hooking anything up. I suppose one of the benefits of not having the custom sleeve cables on this one is that the cable management is far, far easier. Yeah, see, Falcon's got it. That's most of my YouTube consumption is actually just listening while I'm doing something else. It's very rare for me to sit down and watch a YouTube video. I didn't give you very many cable ties in with this case, I've noticed. Cool. Before I forget, I need to hook up the power for this internal hub. Do you guys in your YouTube get the shorts by those? There's those of like Asian people that do PC builds, and they like super tight their cable management down, and they use wire clippers to cut them. I think you're dicing with death there, mate. Honestly, to use wire cutters when clipping anything inside the back of a PC case is it's brave. It's brave. Yeah, exactly. Just so the stairs on it, it's the same kind of thing. It's just chilled, isn't it? Like sort of similar to what you're doing. Low effort to watch, just overall nice. Let's put this in before I forget. It's just the power cable for the built-in hub. But we'll leave it till last because this little red plug, I've used this case a few times, that little red plug has a habit of falling out. So I'm going to leave that down there and do it at the end. Tavares, so this is called the Vida Solus. So it's basically a copy of the Corsair 3500X, but it comes with fans and it's cheaper. But it looks really similar. So it's good value. It's by a company called Vida, and in the UK, I mean, you can buy them from some retailers, but it's basically a distributor brand in a way. So the way that the retail chain works is that you'll have the manufacturer, then you'll have a distributor, and that distributor will then be like a focal point for all small businesses to buy stuff from at a slightly lower price than retail. But big companies, like Cyberpower, the big PC build companies, will have direct relationships. They won't use a distributor, but for the smaller people, they go via distributor. And basically, one company in the UK has got the distribution rights to this brand, basically. So, yeah. The Vida cases are really good, but they've discontinued my favourite one, which was the Akira, the black Akira. And it's such a good case, man. I was actually really annoyed that they discontinued it because it was so good. Like classic fish tank look, 50 quid, 3 fans included, 2 of them reverse blade, done. Looks great, really nice. And people love them. They think they're great. So it's a shame. They're going to replace it with one with the Vida Edge instead, but that's rather than 2 panes of glass, it's got 3. It's got like 1 and then a diagonal one and then another one. So I was a bit miffed that they've discontinued that, because I mean, it sold like hotcakes. Like loads of people bought it. I don't know why they stopped producing it. Philo, hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right. Land Call 216 is a really nice case. Yeah, really nice. Leon Lee cases in general. Oh, concentrating on the chat and not my cable ties. Yeah, 216, great case. I mean, Leon Lee in general do a pretty great job with their cases, don't they? I was quite impressed with the Vector V100. That's really good value. Good quality, nice case. Quite similar style to this one, actually. Atrium style. The CIT, which one's the CIT Eclipse? I remember the Aero Cool Eclipse. I'll have to have a look. Have to look. VX310 ARG. I don't know that one, Falkenstein. It's not one top of mind at the moment that I can think of. Oh, I've run out of cable ties. Right, look at my trusty. Where's my trusty sandwich bag with the cable ties in it? The CIT Eclipse is a fish tank. I'll have a look at it in a minute. Yeah, I mean, fish tank is still the meta for PC sales. But people are really liking the micro ATX now. They're really into it. Like the A3 has been very popular. I think people want that slightly smaller case, but without going full ITX. The dust was in it. I'll have a look in a minute. We'll have a look at it. God, that's looking pretty nice and neat, if I do say so myself. Yeah, Roman, I remember you saying in the comment on the video, it is just so popular, because I think also the Lian Li brand does carry a bit of weight still, doesn't it? Like people know them as being good cases, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Nice, and I can just hook in this. Eclipse is M-ATX. Yeah, the Vida Akira is M-ATX as well. It's such a meta, the M-ATX, honestly. And I'm actually so happy to see it because it just makes sense, doesn't it? Like it's cheaper, and all people tend to do with a gaming system is plug a graphics card in. So there's absolutely no need for all the other PCI lanes and whatever else, M80X gives you enough for everything that you need without having to pay ITX tax. It's just, yeah, I'm surprised it's taken this long to get to M80X supremacy. Although, have you guys seen the Gamdias that all the YouTubers have been paid off to promote? I don't think it looks very nice. I'm sure it's like functionally great, but it's just so funny. They must have thrown so much money at content creators, right? Yeah, see you in a minute to stay. No worries, buddy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Looking real clean and tidy. God, for a non-custom sleeve cable build, this looks really, really nice. Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, this is an ATX build. It's not huge. Like, it's okay, but I think people are just like seeing that the M80X is gives you everything that you need. Because I don't know why there's this traditional wisdom that you need to have a full ATX and it's better, but it just really isn't. Actually, some of the best value in the market is on micro ATX boards. There was that MSI B650M Gaming plus Wi-Fi, 12-phase VRM for 120 quid. Amazing. Okay. Do you guys remember the stream we did a couple of weeks ago where we had like 120 concurrent viewers? That was so funny. I think it's because in the title I put building all AMD gaming PCs. And I think people just like, for some reason, if you put AMD in the title, everybody just clicks. I don't get it, but it's funny. Steel Legend is cheap and 14-phase. Bloody hell, yeah. I mean, they've gone cheap because people lost trust in them, but if you update the BIOS, they're rock solid, and I think ASRock has the jankiest BIOS out of all of them, but it's workable. So I do use a lot of ASRock. I don't have any particular allegiance to any brand. The only thing I would say is for DDR4 systems, or actually not DDR4, AM4 systems, I tend to avoid Asus because I just find over time that their memory channels seem to break for some reason. I haven't had any problems with any other brands, but Asus, yeah, their memory seems to go off after a while. And Gigabyte sometimes had memory problems, which is why on AM4, if I had the choice, I would get an MSI because theirs were always rock solid. But on AM5, they're all really competent, so I think it's great. Cool. Wow, that's looking clean as a whistle. Have we closed? So we just need to close it up. Have a look. I mean, it probably doesn't look beautiful on camera, but from where it's really neat. I'm quite happy with that. And then we're gonna, I know it's bad luck, I know, and somebody's gonna get annoyed, but we're gonna put the panel on now. And this has probably cursed the build, but do you know what? That's entertainment. Okay. Whoa. I won't put the glass bits back on. I'm just going to plug it in. I'll get the other camera out and then we'll make sure that everything boots, get it all set up and have a jolly wee time. Okay, so we've got display, we've got power. Right, it's all lighting up, so that's great. Oh, pump heads. Wait, where's the RGB from the... Oh, no, there it is on now. Good. All right. Okay, so it is booting. I'll get the camera out so you can see it in a moment. Yeah. Pump is slightly noisy on this AIO, but it's okay. Only if you put your ear up to it. It's time. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, to save a little bit of time, I am going to get the BIOS file onto a USB, set that going, and then you guys can actually look at the PC. And actually, so funny, I've run out of USB ports on the stream laptop, so I'm going to do it on another laptop. That's one of the benefits of having a tech shop, is that you sometimes have excess computers. Oh. Hopefully this has got battery. It does. So this is the B650 Eagle AX. Is it V2, I think? Ian, good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, it's just Eagle AX. And what's the revision number? 1.1. Always with the gigabyte ones. You've just got to make sure that you get the right revision number. All right. So if you just joined the stream, we've finished the PC. We're just going to get a BIOS update. Suspicious download from the Gigabyte website. All right, whatever. We're just updating the BIOS so I can set that going whilst we have a look at the PC. Dude, this laptop's got like a 4500 in it, and it's so fast now. I did the Chris Titus tool, and it feels really good. Everything's so snappy. Okie dokie. Just gonna, I need to get the keyboard and mouse, get the BIOS update running. Okay. Nearly there. Right, so I need Q flash. Oh, it's already on 35. It's only going to go up to version 36. Probably didn't even need to do this, to be honest. But hey ho, it's always good to ship PC with the latest one, isn't it? This must be a pretty recent production board. There's only one BIOS update old. I'll just wait for it to restart into the BIOS flash mode, and then we can have a look at the finished article. All right. I mean, I think doing the BIOS update is the right thing to do if you're selling a PC. Get it on the latest one, right? That's just my 2 cents. Okay, so let's take you on a little journey. Because you're on a tripod at the moment. There we go. All right. Looking good. Oh, come off it. There we go. Yeah. I think it's because I put my finger over the viewfinder. All right. So it's pretty good. I think if we hold, do you know what? There's a reset button there for doing the RGB to sync it to the motherboard. I'll wait until the BIOS update's finished just in case. BIOS updates aren't scary. Just don't do it during an electrical storm and you'll be fine. Because you won't be able to do the wrong BIOS file. It won't let you. Yeah, it looks really cool. I think the that cabling actually looks really nice. Considering that's daisy chained, to bring them all into one like that and dip it in through the glory hole, I mean, that looks pretty dang nice. And this ID Cooling FX, this has got to be like my favourite liquid cooler at the moment in terms of looks. And you can even just rotate the head round so that the pentagon's the right way up. Yeah, but it'll only kill it. And if you think it's going to kill it, then you can just do the BIOS flashback again, as long as it's got that feature. So I've never had a BIOS update go wrong. Just don't be stupid about it. Don't do it while there's a storm on. Make sure that you're not going to mess with the computer while it's doing the update, and you're good to go. Oh, there you go. It's actually finished. So just let it reboot, and then I'll sync the RGB together. But if you don't have that feature, that is more difficult. I mean, you can get a programmer and physically clip it onto the chip, but it's difficult. It's not as easy as it sounds. And if you can do the BIOS update like from within the BIOS itself rather than use the BIOS flashback, I think that's preferable. But it doesn't really matter which method you use. All right, let's try it. So hold down the button. Yeah, now it's all synced. Okay. We are sitting pretty, boys. Rainbow puke up the wazoo. So yeah, I mean, this case, it's basically the Corsair 3500X. I mean, it's almost identical. It's just the finish on the Corsair will be a little bit nicer. But in terms of functionality, it's exactly the same. Nice infinity fans, which kind of fits with the cooler, I think. Nice gigabyte GPU, and I think I prefer this kind of GPU design where it's not overdone, because this will still look good in 5 and 10 years, whereas the Zotacs and the other more wild sort of palette game rocks and things like that, they're going to really show their age very quickly. Yeah, this is like one of the cleanest ones I think I've done in a while, actually, since that A3 one we did on stream before. This is looking really good. Okay, so we need to set up some BIOS now, don't we? So let's do that. Whoosh, whoosh, wah. Perfetti. And then I'll move that out of the way. Hey man, is AM4 still okay to have? Of course it is. What do you mean? Any computer is okay to have as long as it does the job for you. A computer is a tool to get you to your goal. If it gets you to your goal, then it is a worthwhile tool. $6700 XT or 3070? I think the 6700 XT it might not be as quick, but you have the VRAM. So 1440p, I'd go for the 6700 XT. 1080p, I'd go for the 3070, assuming the price is the same. But the 6700 XT is probably the better value proposition in total. Okay, right, so first thing to do would be to set up the secure boot. But we haven't got Windows installed yet. So actually let's install Windows. We'll come back and do the secure boot after. That is going to be the way to do it, I think. Because the secure boot will cause your BIOS to exit without saving and stuff. So why don't we just simplify things, put Windows on first and then come back to the BIOS after. I think it's the CH160 Plus, isn't it, rather than the 170? But it seems like a nice case. We recently did a build in the CH260, which is a slightly larger version, and it looked really nice. So the CH160 Plus is great. I don't know about, is the 170 the one where it's like vertical? Am I thinking of the correct one? If so, then probably good. I don't know, I haven't used it, so I can't tell you for sure whether it's good or not. But I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be, because all it is the same case turned upright, I believe. So it will probably be fine, is my answer. Which I don't know how helpful that is to you, but oops. It's so funny on Gigabyte motherboards. When you do the Windows setup, it's purple rather than blue. It seems to only happen on Gigabyte. It's funny. Okay, so leave that to go. Once we've selected the correct drive. So we're using Rufus we've already used Rufus to create our USB, and then we're doing an offline local account installation, which is far superior to making the customer sign in with a Microsoft account, in my opinion. Well, the thing is, Shinazo, it's just newer, so it's just faster. That's all it means. I mean, you'll get better upgrade options on AM5 as well, so you can, take out the current CPU and put a new CPU in without having to change everything else. But yeah, the performance will be better because it's newer. That's just how it works. So asking whether something's good isn't a very good question. You need to give us the detail. You need to tell us what games you're going to play, what resolution you're going to play, what your budget's like. All these things, they matter. If you're buying a tool for a purpose, you need to know exactly what that purpose is going to be. Because, there might be one type of screwdriver, for example, that's good for one type of application. There might be another type of screwdriver that's really good for another application. But you can't then ask what's the best screwdriver, because it completely depends on what it's going to be used for. Same with a PC. You have to give the detail of what you're going to use the computer for. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good recommendation. Not having a go at you, I'm just saying that that's how it works. Shuya says, I've got a question if you know the answer. Shuya, do me a quick favour. I will answer your question. Just copy and paste your question into the bit on the chat window that says Q&A, ask any PC questions. I just want to see if that makes it pop up on the live stream window. Just do that as a favour to me. I'll answer your question. While we're waiting, Shinazo says 5600, 5700 XT. That's nice, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of an upgrade going from a 5700 XT to a 6700 XT is going to be, if I'm quite honest. And I don't know what's going to last you in gaming because I don't know what you do with it. But I don't think that's quite a huge jump. So it'll be a bit faster, but I don't really know how much of a jump that's going to be for you. That's the only thing I would say. Because the other thing is, you know, if it works for you now and you're going to just still be... Oh, do you not? So is it not clipped to the top of the page? I'll end it and then try it again. Hang on. Start a Q&A. Right, there, I've tried it again. Hopefully it's popped up. If not, then don't worry. So if you've just joined us, we finished building the computer. We're just installing Windows and then we'll do the BIOS tweaks. We'll show off the build again. Bloody hell, that's a flashbang, isn't it? Flippin' heck. Just took my corneas off and I'm looking at it. So we say I don't have internet. And then we'll put the guy's name in. I think they won't mind if I put their name in. John. I don't know if the Q&A thing maybe isn't working. I'll answer your question anyway. So building my PC and got the NZXT F120 RGB fans, trying to let them be bottom intake, but don't know which side you need them in. It depends which ones you bought. Like if the ones you've got state that they are reverse flow, then that means that the air, if you were to hold the fan to your face and see the nice looking side, the air would come towards your face. If they're not stated as reverse blade fans, then if you were to do the same thing, hold the fan to your face, the air would exit the side with all the wiring and voltage information on it. Roman says ITX builds are selling really well, then it dropped off. I think that might be because of the RAM. I don't know. Who knows? Buying new motherboards and cases and rebuilding. With the ITX, I have one ITX motherboard and a low profile cooler, and I use that to photograph all different cases, and then I take the motherboard out and then they're built to order, because you can tie so much money up into an ITX system. It's just not good for business to have loads of full ITX systems lying about, in my opinion. Okay, so Windows is here, so we just need to go into the BIOS, set everything up. Good to go. Well, it's coming up to dinner time in a minute, so that's good because I'm a hungry boy. So Shuya, yeah, I mean, usually if you're going to put them, when you say the bottom, which case have you got? I'm trying to, well, I guess it doesn't matter actually. So when you put the fans in the bottom of the case, if you want them to draw air up into the case, then if they are reverse flow fans, you put them in the way that they look nice, so that you just see the fan blades, right? But if they're not reverse flow, then you'd have to flip them the other way. H7 flow. Oh yeah, okay, I know that case. Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's about 5 p.m. here, so not too bad. Yeah, so if Augustine says it's about a 30% increase, yeah, all right. And don't forget that's 35% increase in graphics. So, you know, if the game is more CPU bound, you're not going to get 30% more performance. So, you know, that's one thing to keep in mind. At times, though, it's just GMT or UTC, whatever you call it. Yeah. All right. So what do we do here? I'll move that light out of the way so you can see it. So we go to Tweaker. We will turn on the Expo profile. I definitely want the faster Expo. That's cool. Oh, actually, no, we need to do the secure boot first, don't we? Let's do that. So CSM is off, which is good. Secure boot is enabled, and it says active. We'll check that in a minute. Let's put the Expo and everything on. We don't need any of the rest. We'll leave that rest of it stock. And then fans. So manual. Bam. 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 It's already calmed down a bit, that's good. And this is the pump, so we'll do it like so. Oh, so this is the problem, Shu. You know, I don't like NZXT fans for that reason, because they've got their own proprietary hubs and things like that. So yeah, it's difficult. You might just need to get another hub. It depends what plugs are on it. If it's just standard 5-volt ARGB plugs, then you could get like a splitter, and that'd be fine, or a hub. But if they're NZXT's proprietary own plugs, then you're stuck in their ecosystem, which is why I never buy NZXT fans. Let's just check that I've got these in the CPU. Oh no, okay. I was wondering why it was getting louder. So the CPU fan actually has the pump in it, and the CPU opt has the fans. So let's just fix that a minute. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh yeah, well, 3058 gig to 5700 XT is going to be a huge upgrade, so that's awesome. Okay, so fans are done. Save it in BIOS. It won't work, but why not? And then for the new people on the stream, we will show the build again. We're just getting the software set up. So basically, I'm just going to get Windows set up, but I also want to check that the secure boot is enabled. So we'll do that, because one of the things that that's going to save me a lot of bother is making sure that the secure boot is on, because otherwise customers will get annoyed about not being able to play the games. Cool. So secure boot state is on. Great. So we don't need to do anything else. Gigabyte has sorted it all out for us. Amazing. All right, so plug in my little portable SSD. We can install some drivers and we'll get some more beauty shots of the PC after. Let's make things a bit more visible for you lot. Give it one of these. It's always quicker to copy the file over and then install it locally rather than do it straight off the SSD. We've got Adrenaline driver there, and for RGB, well, lots of Gigabyte stuff. We could use Gigabyte. I'll put Signal on. That's what I normally put on for people, and they can change it later if they want. So chipset driver first. Usually that's my normal rule of thumb, then graphics, and then anything else that you need after that. Oh, so I'm going to eat well today. What should I do? I could cook my own, or I could get a takeaway. Let's see what's on Uber Eats. So Shuya, when I do it, the way I do it is I download all my drivers onto a USB first, and then when I've installed Windows with a local account, I just install those before connecting to the internet. It gives you the cleanest installation, but you could just connect to the internet at this point if you needed to. It'd be fine. This is just, I prefer this slightly cleaner. And I'm old and set in my ways. I've been doing it like this for the past 70 years, so you won't be changing my mind. Driver crashes. I used to get that with the 5700 XT. That's the one time I tried AMD graphics cards and I've been burned and I haven't been back since. Although I have noticed, actually, the 9070 and 9070X, actually this whole 9000 Radeon series is really good. It's very stable. very high performance. I was not quite a fan of the 7000 series and the 6000 and the 5000. Radeon 9000 series is real nice. Real nice. It's a bit of a gem. Oh no, Tam's kitchen isn't open. That sucks. Oh well, it looks like I'm cooking. Beautiful. I'll just do signal next. And while we're waiting, we can copy over some benchmarks. When you upgrade to a newer rig from your main rig, do you usually reinstall everything or do a transfer process? Depends what you're upgrading. Anytime I upgrade a motherboard or change a motherboard, I usually recommend a clean Windows installation. Any other components though, you can just take your same SSD and put it in the new system. It should be fine. I mean, it will still be fine if you change your motherboard. It's just not ideal. I just prefer going for a clean with a new motherboard. But anything else, you can just put your existing storage into the new system. Okay. Oh, bloody Windows dynamic lighting control. You need to have your Windows activated before you... Oh, just such a pain in the arse. Why does Windows want to get involved with RGB? It's already annoying enough. Guys, just leave it alone. Okay. Alright, we should probably give it a little reboot, a little doot. A Bobacino? Bob says hello. Look at that blurry face. Oh, we got a wriggler. Baby Chino, good boy. I will get you some biscuits in a minute, mate, 'cause I know that's what you want. I know that's what you want. Ferret Everlord, he is purring away. It's because he's emotionally manipulating me into giving him biscuits. Aren't you, good boy? But you are so cute, you can have whatever you want. Cat supremacy. Well, it's definitely cat supremacy for sure. It's no secret that he's in charge. I'm just a human servant. Okay, let's connect up to the internet. It's not 1 in the morning. Let's change the time so that it's correct, please. There we go. If cats had opposable thumbs would be enslaved, I would argue that I'm effectively enslaved already. All he has to do is look at me and squeak, and then he just gets whatever he wants, basically. I've made him a little climbing course from all the empty computer case boxes that I've got. So he jumps up all over those, has a good time. So just setting the updates going. I don't necessarily have to wait for them to complete. I just like to get the process started. And then we will do just a couple of things that I always do. So we'll go into the edit power plan, change the timing so that the screen doesn't turn off straight away. We'll turn off the fast startup, and that's good. And then we'll just do a little Unigine Heaven run. Make sure it's all clean, no artifacting, etc. I'll give that a bash. Weird question, how many fans would you consider barely enough for two? Like, I think 2 on the front, 1 on the back is usually enough, isn't it? Really. You don't need more than that most of the time. I mean, it helps, doesn't it? It helps a bit, but it's not like necessary. So we do have a little bit of coil wine. Maxine, thanks for subscribing, by the way. We have got a little bit of coil wine, but it's really minor. It's like mild, I would describe it as, coming from the GPU. And this is Heaven Benchmark, where it's running at 400 FPS. So I think we can let it off. We're having a bit of coil wine. Oh, agent, that's exactly right. Cats never do what you like. They can tell, like, human wants me to do this, so I will do the opposite. It's definitely got some coil wine, but I don't know, Radeons do tend to have more coil wine. No, it's not. It's not on my software's not on OneDrive. It's on external SSD here, just with the chipset software and the graphics driver. Just put it on clean when it's offline. But yeah. Oh, and I don't use OneDrive for anything. Actually, I've got Dropbox, but now that I've got my NAS, I just use that. It's just better. You don't have to worry about like syncing it or anything like that. It's just always there. It might not be that you're blind. To be fair, it's 1080p stream, and it's probably quite hard to see the screen actually. So let you off. So this is all like running really well, no problems, apart from some mild coil wine, which is going to happen. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. So let's just give the temperatures a quick blast. Make sure that they're okay. I'm not going to test with 3D Mark because it's pointless. It's just like a synthetic benchmark to me is not very useful, because I don't get a PC to run a synthetic benchmark. So I just test it. I mean, these ones are just tests to see if they're working, but if I do a full video, you know, I just test them in games and Puget Bench, and that's it really, because I just don't find a benchmark very useful. And if I'm quite honest, like, what's the value of me doing a benchmark? Because you could get much better results from like Gamers Nexus, all these people that do it day in, day out with loads of resources. So it's not useful for me to use a benchmark. I'm not saying that they're invalid, it's just not useful for me. Yeah, I mean, to stare, that's all you need to do is exactly that. You OCCT it, make sure it's not going to crash. I prime 95 it because that stresses the memory. But as long as it passes Heaven Benchmark without any artifacting, and as long as it doesn't crash in OCCT, then I'm okay. Like, I do run the Prime 95 alongside the 3D test, because the Prime 95 pulls out so many memory errors that wouldn't be found otherwise, so it helps a lot. But with DDR5, it doesn't really matter. DDR5 is really stable. I've never had a faulty DDR5 kit actually, but I had quite a few faulty DDR4s back in the day. So they've obviously improved it, maybe put some error checking on it or something. What should I use with my gaming PC? Inverter or a UPS? I don't even know what you'd use an inverter for with a gaming PC. UPS is pretty good if you're using mission critical stuff, like you're doing projects and things that can't be lost, then a UPS is fantastic. Or if you're electricity supply is a little bit dodgy in your area, then the UPS is fantastic. Definitely. Agent says, nearly bought the Fractal North. Yeah, Fractal North's still a classic case. Still nice, yeah. That's interesting, Falkenstein. So Time Spy caused a crash, but the others didn't. Yeah, but I guess the point is there that it crashed on other games as well. So that's how, yeah, interesting. Did you ever get to the bottom of what the problem was? And I didn't forget about the spec. I will tell you in a minute, but I'll do it when we do a fly through of the PC in a minute. Okay. The other thing is if some places do these like 24-hour burn-in tests, but I think that's completely superfluous. And let's be real, if I did that for every PC, the amount of time that I would spend doing it, it would actually cost me quite a lot of money in terms of labor hours. Whereas if maybe one computer has a problem that only comes through after a couple of weeks, then yeah, I'd have to deal with that. But the overall time and cost it's probably better that I just do a quick test to make sure it's stable, which it is. So that's fine. When I test them for videos, I leave them going for about half an hour to heat soak properly. But I'm just checking stability here, and that is all good. I'm just going to close down the Prime i5. Prime i5. Because even when you close it, it doesn't actually close. Put signal over there. Get rid of these. Get rid of heaven. Coolio. So I'll just boot it into the BIOS. We can have a look at the finished build, but it's nice, man. It's real nice. Do I sysprep? I don't. Because it takes like 10 minutes to set up. The user just tells me what username they want at checkout, and then I install them a local account with no password. It doesn't take very long. I get the sysprep might be a bit easier overall, but I'd have to be changing the boot image all the time, whereas doing it this way, it'll always be the latest stuff. Can I do a RAM giveaway? Yeah, no chance. No chance. All right. Oh no, see, this is the problem with Windows, man. Because I haven't got my rainbow puke anymore. Oh well. I know sysprep doesn't remove anything, but don't you have to update the boot image if you need like newer drivers and things like that? Whereas all I have to do is keep my external SSD up to date every now and again. I just find that simpler. There's many ways to. Yeah, exactly. The other thing just there that you can do is if you install it and it gets to the user profile screen, you can just do Shift F10, open up Explorer.exe, and then you can install the drivers from there. So you can do it like that as well. I mean, that's another way, I guess. Yeah, I don't asking streamers for RAM. It's not your highest chance. You just have to pay more money for it. The highest chance is earn some more money and buy it. It's a bad market. It's a bad market and a bad price, but it's not changing anytime soon. And honestly, you ask every streamer, none of them are giving you any. None of them are going to give you RAM. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, brother. Yeah, so if you wanted to do that, you just get to the point where you put the user's name in to stay, and then Shift F10, Explorer.exe, and then put in the external SSD, ping it off there. It just opens up a Explorer window. Either buy a mansion in the Cotswolds or buy RAM. Yeah, exactly. What's going on with Signal's having a moment? None of the RGB's on at the moment because Signal's doing something. Let's leave it go a minute. Jesus, this is why I don't like RGB in my systems. Look at all that shit that it's doing. They cancelled your order of RAM. Unlucky, man. Unlucky, dude. That sucks. That sucks big time. Amazon have been quite good. They've fulfilled a lot of my older orders for RAM. I'm surprised. I thought they were just going to cancel them, but most of them they've actually honoured them, which is surprising. Oh, hey, Burbacino. Good boy. Yes, I know. I'll give you some biscuits in a minute. Right. This PC, I mean, it actually looked kind of nice in the rainbow mode a minute ago. But it looks decent. So it's like a dual chamber type thing. So spec is that we've got the 7800X 3D. That's the ID cooling FX240 Infinity. Board is Gigabyte Eagle AX. We've got the 9070 XT. Case is the Vida Solus. It's basically a 3500X ripoff. And the power supply is the Montech Sentry 2. I think that's everything. Oh, we've got a 2 terabyte Acer SSD underneath there as well. So it's a pretty nice little setup. It's kind of like the Meta, like in terms of really nice, balanced, great system for 1440p and 4K. The 7800X 3D and the 9070 XT is a really nice combo. Not cheap with the RAM. This kit in here, I got this kit for 135, 32 gigs of Crucial, but that was a while ago now, so yeah. I don't think Amazon did me a favor to stay. I think they're just such a big company that they just don't check these things, do they? They just go, just give it to them. Doesn't matter, because they operate with weird ways. Yeah, 100 quid, man. Those are the good days. I got a few Acer kits at 105 as I saw it all going up. But yeah, those soon dried up. So it was good, man. All right, so that's probably going to be the stream, guys, unless there's anything else. I did have there's a vertical riser kit that I'm giving away to anyone in the UK that wants it, because my days of using vertical mount kits are over. They just don't survive shipping, so I don't bother with them anymore. So we will give that away. 1 second while I transition that. He also had 9 puppies. Wow. Falkenstein's probably right there. Yeah. All right. So UK people, unfortunately, I can't open this up worldwide because the shipping would just be ridiculous. So before we finish the stream, does anybody in the UK need some riser cables and a riser adapter thing? If you want it and you're in the UK, just tell me now. If there's more than one of you, I'll do a random number generator. So it's just, they're PCI Gen 4, it's link up, so they're good quality. I just don't have any use for them anymore. So longer one there. Whoever gets it, I'll send both links out. And then that's the bit that you can actually put the thing in. I don't know if it has any screws with it, but it'll just... Oh, it does have a couple of screws with it. I won't even charge shipping, so yeah. I'll give it a couple of minutes, and then if nobody wants it, I'll send it to Desteo. Ba, 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 ba. Alrighty. Hopefully the other camera will be alright now. Yes, look at that. It's like seamless. Okay. Right, anything else anybody needs to get off their chest before we finish up for today? We will have another stream next Saturday because I've got a really cool order come through today for the Fractal Meshify 3 in white. So white RTX 5070 Ti build with 7800X3D next week. So if you've not subscribed yet, you should subscribe and turn the notifications on to get next Saturday's stream. We'll play around with the timings a bit. I'll try it a bit earlier in the morning next week and see how we get on. But today's been great, you know, 20 concurrent viewers the whole time. Pretty happy with that. Yeah. I know the RAM market is pretty harsh at the moment, guys. I know it sucks, but don't catastrophize. It's okay. It's not everything that's gone up. Your PC is going to cost you an extra 5 to 10%. Or 50, maybe 15%, depending on your budget level. That's the reality, but don't catastrophize. It's okay. And at the end of the day, it's gaming. So, you know, if this might be a good chance for people to reflect and think, actually, maybe rather than spending more money on a gaming PC upgrade, why don't I get a gym membership, get myself in good shape? Why don't I learn some new skills? Why don't I do this and this? There's more to life. So don't catastrophize. But I agree, it sucks, man. It really sucks. Because we were at a point where PC gaming was in a really good spot. Like the parts were good price. You could easily put together really good price to performance, and the 9000 Radeon series is quite impressive as well. So I get it, it sucks, but we move forward. We move forward. Okay. All right then, guys. I'm going to end the stream for today. Thanks very much for joining. We'll have another one next Saturday. I've already got the planned build, so yeah. Alrighty, boys. Enjoy whatever you're doing today, this evening, or whatever time it is where you are.